Groceries are so expensive right now, you don't need a pantry. You need a time machine back to the Great Depression. Listen, at this point, if you don't have what I call a Depression-era pantry, you are setting yourself up for failure. And I know some of y'all are like, what's that? I wasn't even alive back then. Don't worry, I got you. A Depression-era pantry is about survival with style. It's budget-friendly, non-perishable items that will ensure you never go hungry. Flour, cornmeal, rice, dried beans, oats, pasta, molasses, cocoa, peanut butter, canned fruits and vegetables, canned meat, lard, vinegar, salt, sugar, and spices. You know, this is all the stuff your grandmama could take and make 20 meals out of it and continue to feed the family over and over again. See, most Americans, y'all got really addicted to living high on the hog, like little mini Rockefellers, right? Eating fresh salmon on a Wednesday night, sipping cold brew like water. Let's keep it all the way a buck. See, you were never rich. You just had enough credit cards and cheap prices so you could pretend. And now, that runway is gone. So here's the irony for me. The same folks, right, that used to laugh at grandma's struggle meals are about to be Googling how to make biscuits from bacon grease and molasses. And honestly, it's not even shameful. For real, it's smart. Because the truth is, prices are not done climbing yet. We have not hit the peak. So either you build yourself a Depression-era pantry right now, or you're going to be out here paying $15 for a bag of rice like it's a luxury handbag. Because at the end of the day, y'all, survival is not about flexing. It's about preparing. And the most American thing you can do right now, learn how to make it work no matter what. That was just like they did back then.
What is going on with the prices? I just went into a gas station and all the regular price stickers were gone and they manually repriced everything. I went to get a little bag of cheddar popcorn and it was $6. And I went to get a little protein bar. It was almost $4. What is going on? Like, things can't keep going on like this. Like, something is going to collapse. Like, there's going to be some sort of economic collapse. What's going to happen when people can't afford their groceries? They're not even getting food stamps this month. This is insane. Like, what? There has to be a solution. Something is going to change. Something is going to collapse. Like, I can feel it. Like, can't you feel it? Something in the air. Like, things can't just keep getting worse and worse and worse and worse. There has to be a tipping point. I feel like we're on that tipping point, and we're going to see some crazy things happen within the next 5 years. And I'm very interested to see the solutions and the ideas, or the solutions that they don't come up with, and everything falls apart.
Okay, I'm on here to complain. I just went to Independent Grocer, and I like going there because they have sales, but I went in there, and they're charging $8.99 for a 3-pack of romaine, and $5 a pound for apples. So I was talking to this guy and he was like, well, I don't get paid more. Do you get paid more? And then I was like, I don't know, maybe they're having a shortage on romaine. I'm going to go to the next grocery store, check. No, they're $3.99 at the next grocery store. Why are they doing this? Like, why are you charging literally $5 more for lettuce? And every other store right now, it's $2.99 a pound for apples. Why are you charging $5? Like, why? Why? I just don't understand why. No one's going to buy it. You're going to have to donate it to a food bank.
They waited until people were already hungry and then made it harder to eat. The new Trump SNAP rules just kicked in, and they read like a manual for punishing poverty. If you're under 65 and you don't have kids, you now have to prove you work 80 hours a month just to keep food on your table. If you miss a single requirement, 3 months later, you're cut off. Veterans, homeless Americans, students, all shoved into a system that now demands proof of productivity before it gives you permission to eat. Parents used to be exempt if their kids were under 18. Now it's 14, because apparently a 15-year-old doesn't need dinner anymore. And it gets worse. Refugees and survivors of human trafficking, they just lost eligibility entirely. People who have escaped violence now have to starve in the country that they thought would save them. All while the USDA posts political rants blaming Democrats for health care for illegal aliens on its official website. 2 federal judges already ruled that cutting food aid like this is illegal. But those rules still went into effect, stripping food from millions of Americans right before the holidays. This is not about budgets. This is about cruelty, the kind that hides behind spreadsheets and calls starvation policy.
All right, so part 2 of America's really bloody expensive. Take a look at this. All right, so that's what we got in our trolley. Now I'm going to show you how much it cost. Watch. All right. So this is the whole receipt. There we go. $51. Yeah? For this. Couple of waters. $51. All right, fair enough. I got a couple of these Robinson's orange squash things because that's all Charlie likes, and they are like $4 each, as you can see from the receipt. And then I've got 2 Pezzes, one for each of the older boys, and then some mayonnaise, and then just literally a couple of waters. That's it. Like, it is so expensive in America. It's crazy. So hopefully over the next 4 years or however long it will just come down. Let's see what happens, right? Hopefully let's all cross our fingers and look for those bargains. And if you do see bargains or a really good place to shop, let me know. But in other news, we just had a haircut there.
You know, it's very bad, and when a simple trip, let's say to the market, to the grocery store, feels like a financial crisis. And Americans are, standing in aisles doing mental math, choosing between milk or gas, bread or rent. Now, it's not just inflation anymore, it's exhaustion. Families are working harder, earning, less, and somehow, falling further behind. This isn't about fancy meals or luxury brands anymore. It's about eggs and bread. Now, the basics. So prices are skyrocketing while wages stay stuck. And you've got CEOs boasting record profits while regular people are skipping meals or relying on food banks. And the worst part, leaders are arguing about who to blame instead of fixing it. So what we're saying is literally a breaking point, a meltdown, not just of the economy, but of trust. People are realizing that the American dream doesn't even include groceries anymore. Maybe this is the wake-up call. That survival shouldn't be, a privilege. And feeding your family shouldn't feel like a luxury. It's about this on me, and you're going to watch as we should do it here. I'm going to suck at the end of this particular show with my own thoughts and comments over the same slows. Let's keep on watching. And of course, courtesy to the creators. Let's keep on watching.
To go up, maybe for canned goods, but not for things in a box. And this is turning into a massive issue. Again, I want to play this clip for you. This is a grocery haul from Walmart. They spent $400 on items from Walmart. That's Gatorade, that's chips, right? It just goes on and on. That's ridiculous. And you know how bad it's getting? Well, look at this right here. When you are taking out a loan for basic needs, food, gas, daily essentials like toothpaste, shampoo, that's insane. This is why Americans are so frustrated. And this is why some are turning to illegal activity. And this is just crazy that we are now seeing thefts in grocery stores rise. Target is going to be taking out self-checkout stands because people keep on pretty much skipping items. They'll take 2 items to the register. They will scan one, which is usually the cheaper one. They scan it, and they put the other item in their cart. They go back and they pick up some more items. They scan the cheaper item and put the more expensive item in their cart. This is crazy, but Target knows this is going on. And so now they're like, we're going to get rid of all of our self-checkout scanners. Yeah, it's turning into an issue. But it's not just your average person. It's not just your average worker. Listen to this story. I thought this one was crazy.
Imagine a MAGA voter complaining about grocery prices.
I don't give a fuck if you're Democrat, Republican. Look at this, $100. Hot dogs, cherries, bananas, some juice, and some eggs. What a joke.
It doesn't matter whether you're Republican or Democrat. But no, Republicans did that. Republicans always raise prices and always give money to their rich friends. Republicans have had 10 out of the last 11 recessions. Grocery prices being high today on August 11th is nothing compared to what's coming. Procter & Gamble, every grocery store, every component that goes into every single thing that you buy and use. MAGA, FAFO.
Hey, Trump supporters, shut up already about you can't afford your groceries, because it's kind of bullshit. We've all seen prices go up a bit, and in some cases, a lot. But you can't afford groceries? That's ridiculous. Talk about the biggest snowflakes ever. Oh, I can't feed my family. Yeah, you can. Shut up with the bull. I can't buy a house. Then don't wait. Can't fill up my car. Yeah, you can. You're fucking exaggerating. And then when Trump comes in office, supposedly all that's going to go down, except it's not. He's already telling you it's not. Are you guys going to shut up then? No, you know what's going to happen? You're going to change your tune. All of a sudden, it ain't so bad. Things are actually good, and it's worth it. Hard times and all. Meanwhile, you're over there shelling out hundreds of dollars for stupid, ugly golden shoes and goddamn trading cards with Trump's ass all over it. You guys are so full of shit. Shut up already.
Hey, we live in central Illinois. Our electric rates just went up 50%. My nephew has a ranch home that's probably 1,200 square feet, and his bill went from $260 to $560 in the last month. No difference in usage. The company just increased their rates 50%. So I'm curious if you have a similar home in a surrounding state, what you pay.
This is going to sound like a very privileged take, and I'm not saying this to brag. I'm saying it because I'm genuinely shocked. I don't worry too much when I go to the grocery store. I plan out my meals, and I'm not just in there willy-nilly, but I know I can go and spend, $150 a week to plan out my meals for what I'm going to have: protein, starches, vegetables, fruits, get some snackies, etc. Am I buying top of the line filet mignon and lobster and really expensive items and caviar and stuff? No, I'm not doing that. I'm getting basic items to put meals together to eat that are relatively healthy, I hope. But I went to the grocery store today and I didn't get any protein. I had a lot of protein in the freezer for whatever reason. So I'm oh, great, to get anything extra. So I'm just going to get vegetables and starches and anything else that I want to snack on during the week. Can someone explain to me how this grocery haul cost me $105? There is zero meat. Meat is very expensive. I understand if I had any of it, I could be okay, yeah, fine. I guess that's $100 worth of food maybe, but there's none. It's absolutely insane. It's not fair. It's not fair to people who can't put food on their table or food that they want to eat on the table. I understand why you have to go with the cheaper, larger option of things when you have more mouths to feed. But this shouldn't be something that people are struggling with. You shouldn't have to think am I going to be able to put food on the table that actually fills my kids up this week? Or am I going to be able to keep the lights on at home so that we are able to see and take a shower and brush our teeth and just do very simple everyday tasks? So anyway, I hope this is not too out of touch. That was not the point of this video, but I just, inflation is just disgusting. We cannot afford to live like this.
The price for 1 pound of ground beef is now more than the federal minimum wage, guys. How crazy is this? And how far are they going to let these grocery prices get before they realize that regular people can just not afford this crap? Right now, let's do a comparison. Let's use a couple big chains at where I live. I'm on the West Coast. So we've got Albertsons, we've got Vons, we've got Stater Brothers, which I think is kind of a West Coast thing. All of those are about twice the price of an Aldi, a Walmart, a Winco, a Safeco, or a Heb, or a Food for Less if you have that. So I will tell you that of all the places that I'm shopping right now, Aldi happens to be my favorite. And no, they don't have everything. And Aldi is the great value brand at Walmart. That's all they have in the whole store is the Aldi brand. So there's not as much selection, but I like a lot of the stuff that they have there. So I did a price comparison out here. Stater Brothers, which is down the street from me, has amazing butcher department. The meat department is great. So I went and bought my weekly groceries there, $240. Next week, compared it, same level of groceries, $117 at Aldi. So it's completely insane. I think these big chains like Albertsons, Vons, Staters are going to have major financial problems in the future because you can't keep charging people double for what they can literally get across the street and have people keep paying it. Yes, in wealthy neighborhoods, people are going to pay that. Yeah, you're still going to have them do fine in those areas. But for the majority of Americans, if they have any kind of a choice where they can drive up to a half an hour, they're not buying these crazy expensive grocery store brands anymore. Let me know, like, where are you going that's like really affordable groceries that you actually find like it's clean enough and decent enough that you can go there on a regular basis and you actually like it? Because I don't know how these chains think they're going to survive, but they've gone nuts with how much they're charging people.
I just spent $197 at the grocery store and I don't even know what I bought. I walked in for eggs, milk, and maybe a treat if I was feeling wild. I walked out with financial trauma and a receipt that looks like a CVS scroll of shame. Break it down. $6.49 for a dozen eggs that I have to handle like I'm smuggling Fabergés. Milk, $4.29 for a jug of future regret because I know I'm going to forget it's in the fridge until it's chunky. Bread, why is it $5.79 now? What part of this loaf is artisanal? It's white bread. It has one job. And don't get me started on produce. I grabbed 3 apples and the self-checkout told me that'll be $8.12. I didn't buy heirloom jewelry. I brought fruit. Why are bell peppers sold like they're concert tickets? Oh, sorry, the red one is premium seating. And then I made the mistake of walking down the snack aisle. One bag of chips, $4.79, and 85% of it is air. Honestly, the most affordable part of the experience. Want a frozen pizza? That'll be $9.99 for the privilege of disappointment in a circle. So yeah, $197 later, I'm home with 3 bags of groceries, a new fear of inflation, and a carton of oat milk that expires tomorrow. The only thing that was free was my sadness, and I bagged that one myself. Tag someone who needs to start a garden with me because we can't live like this.
I gotta say, I'm sorry. I thought I was doing the right thing voting for him, and now they done cut me off everything. Food stamps, the check, it's all gone. I don't know how I'm supposed to feed the kids or even myself.
So, therefore, when people talk about the meltdown and that it's not drama, it's real life. It's the sound of a nation cracking under the weight of bills, debt, and broken promises. But maybe, just maybe, this struggle will force a change. But because no country calling itself the land of opportunity should have citizens wondering if they can afford breakfast the following day. Until leaders, of course, stop treating survival like politics and start treating it like a priority, then America will keep melting down, not out of laziness, but out of being left behind. Hey, tribe, if you're joining for the first time, you need to keep on, being there for our future uploads. And of course, for my returning viewers, I want to give you a very big thank you. The whole journey has been about you. So see you in the next one. Adios.